Welcome back to another episode of Timberborn in the village of Beaville. We are looking at our pumps because we are going to need them. Our beavers are thirsty after that last drought. We just about made it with the amount of water, but we have run out now, so our beavers are thirsty, so they will slow water pump it more slowly. But we got a nice thing actually going on. We got some trees here to cut. Our trees over here in our farm are ready, able to be cut. We got water flowing into our extended reservoir, so we should be getting more trees over here, getting pine trees over here, and we should be able to make large steps as soon as our smelter is finished. But we also need, I think, to get our gear workshop finished, because we need all the planks and all the gears so we can actually build all of our medium tanks and also the smelter, because it needs 20 planks, 50 planks, 20 gears. That's a lot. But let's go. We are cycle 9, day 2. So let's see how much actually is getting irrigated over here with the amount of water we're getting. We are getting some. Not a whole lot, but at least we are getting more water over here. We can always make more irrigation systems once we have dynamite, so we can get a more effective irrigation than our irrigation here under our little farm. Also, let's get these started so they can. This little tree can be demolished. These two can be cut down. Yeah, we cut back our water wheels, so we do produce enough power to actually build everything. That second gear workshop really should give us a more substantial amount of gears once our beavers are not thirsty anymore. Because thirsty beaver, he's quite thirsty. Movement speed is slow. He's also a bit hungry, so his working speed is slower as well. But once those are gone, let's give them back their 16-hour work day instead of the 18 hours. These can be set back. So we have water. Over there we got so much water flowing over here, producing so incredibly much power. But we should also, next thing should be thinking about a bad water diversion over here. But I think we are going to need dynamite for that, because this is so much flow. If we just, well, maybe we should focus on just these two outlets. It's so much flow. I think if we close this off, we are going to flood everything here. But we are on top of it, so we should at least maybe just try. You never know what's the next thing is going to be, so might as well. This is 1 high, so should be. Now 2. 2 floodgates would be not enough to actually hold anything substantial back. And now they should work at least as 1. Indeed. It will cost us a lot of planks to build. if we can close this off, we at least have the bad water then flowing over here. Well, it is a big asterisk if we are actually... If it means we should... If this is finished before a bad tide starts, we should actually try it out with just normal water. But it is going to be tricky. We got our gear workshop, extra gear workshop working. Got our lumber mills working. We got storage close by here. So we can actually produce enough materials. The smelter can be made. We can set it to normal. These have cut down all of the trees here, so they can actually be removed. And now we have space to add this with other facilities. As we have a bad tide approaching in 3 days. So we won't be able to test this. So at least mark every bit of our system. Yeah, we're not going to make this. We just need to hope this is going to be a short bad tide, and we should pump everything we have right now. So maybe just over here, just add another water pump, so we can get it at least filled up with as much water as possible, so we are at least clear for the drought. We do have enough planks in them, we just don't have enough planks to make any gears. So let's give them a bit more working hours. This one, yeah, we are going to pause the smelter for now. This holds enough water, he is planting everything. We are getting a very little amount of flow in here, I think. That doesn't... We just put everything up the moment the bad tide actually starts. We got our extra water pumpers in here. And also privatize those by the haulers. So we can at least pump as much of it while we still can. This can be built, and if worse comes to worse, we should just maybe just get like some emergency pumps in here so we can actually keep pumping. There's my part. There is my part. But this is emergency. We can always just use it the moment the bad tide hits and we don't have any water. Because this is not like a big permanent water reservoir. The idea was to get as much of this green as possible so we have place to actually build more trees. And we should have, this is paused, unpause that a house so we get some more beavers in here. And this should be all the way up in it is a 12-day bad tide. At least keep these pumping for as long as possible. Our tanks have been made so we can unpause these. Because we will be keeping power over here. And before before we actually... So we don't get any beavers in here walking through the polluted water. Because this was a mission impossible to actually get it finished. They are still pumping water. They are probably not that effective. But anything we pump away is a good thing. 1.4k, it is the most amount of water we had during a drought or a bad tide, so things are looking good. So in the meantime, just get this focus on the smelter. We got plenty of scrap metal to actually build metal with, so we can unpause these so they can get the scrap metal in these facilities. You are not pumping water anymore. You are not pumping anymore. You also don't seem to be pumping anymore. Yeah. They can all be paused and do some other stuff. Like building, hauling. You can see this tried gets so much land here that's just not usable. And we got our tapper shack, meaning in the future we can use these pine trees to collect pine resin and make wood for our wood workshop. So let's place that. I think I want heavy industry over here, wood industry over here. This would fit. We don't have enough signs. We need 800 signs for that. Do we have anyone in the scientist huts? No, we don't, because I paused them. Let's put these at a second lowest priority. Yeah, we do still got some beavers, but they can work away on the science. And we are, as you can see, we're getting more injured beavers. So we are going to need, use 80 science for the medical beds. So we should probably just, don't give them a view, a campfire view on the sick beavers. So let's give them a different spot for the medical place. Should use my buttons. Yeah, we should also just build 4 more beaver huts there. And then use this place for a couple medical beds. Because as soon as we have, yes indeed, and it is built, the smelter, it really grows the issue with having injured beavers. This one is ready built, but it can be paused because we don't. 1.1k water, 8 days should be fine, right? So, and over here I want to build the bed water pump. One here, 250 signs. I want the wood workshop too, but I think this is probably more important. Give them a connection here and small storage and a bigger storage for bad water. And then these can be removed, get apart. I think... No, we... Come on. How much would our dynamite be? 400 science. Would fit there nicely among our other heavy industry. And yeah. Don't have enough science for that, but that's the next big goal. And we can just unpause all of these, but make them lower priority. And the same holds true for these windmills over here. We have 6.3 days left in this drought. To get more signs, we could also use the observatory. But that costs 1000k in science. We don't have 1000k yet, so we just need to have our inventors huts keep working along. We have built our bad water pump, so we are pumping bad water. Just don't need it quite now yet. Other stuff we might need in the future: paper mill to make the bigger windmills. That could be an option. Printing press way far down the line. And yeah, I think the next big thing is the bad water diversion. Over here, but most certainly also over here. So let's try to find a way up there and prep for that. I think I want to get it over here. Use the staircases. Yeah, this would fit. Oh, where is it? There it is. There it is. Over here. Get up here. Connect it all up. Because this isn't too much flow, but we need to find a way to actually push the bad water up and over. And this tile is the same height, I think, as this over here, so we need to close this gap off with levees. And then we need to get straight down there. And I think, yes, probably this way. And let's just be one higher to be completely, just completely sure. And we don't get any backflow. No, come on. This levee can be deleted, that levee too. This one can be deleted. And I think over here, down below, we should use a sluice gate once. 400 signs. It's also 400 signs, but what? I could unlock it. Or we could use a triple floodgate I also need to unlock with 500 science, so that's not great. Well, let them worry first about actually getting all of this done. I think now this can be deleted. Getting a path up here. And up here. And then getting this all connected. But that will cost probably quite some wood. Wood we don't quite have. We do have wood being that is ready to be cut, so why not cut it down? Because we do got quite some of our forester actually having planted a load of what's it called, oaks. We probably also should get another way over here so we can plant more in this area, this flat bit. Or we could use it also for our farm, but I don't see a reason why. Should add all the people back into our farm, collecting everything, because we have run out of raw potatoes, so we only are using the grilled potatoes to eat. Sunflower seeds, they got a lot of stuff to actually harvest. Our bear tide is almost on 1.5 days. We still have 450 water. So we are looking better. Still not good enough. Because we can't actually really, well, we have our emergency stuff. But we can't really pump through a proper drought or a bear tide. Because I want to make this our big dam. Meaning we will probably lose a lot of power over here. I think that is something we just need to accept. 16 hours, so our beavers get the last day a little bit of time off. They are working over here. They can't work over here because, yeah, the bad stuff is going on there. And maybe over here we should give them something extra. Let's give them rooftop terrace. Yes, that should be. Let's give them one. We can give them 2 rooftop terraces. Should give them also access to it. So we need a stairs. I think up here. Connect it, and our bed tide has finished. So that's great. We can reconnect this and make this also the priority. Unpause our water pumps. We can pump water again. Shouldn't open this up quite yet because we still got some nasty stuff over here. These can be paused because we have actually we have gotten all of our bad water. And now the big dilemma is, should we unlock the observatory because we are going to need more and more science, or should we go? Yeah, that needs pine resin, not treated planks. So that's a good thing. We could also use the upgraded planks. Because the sluices they need, oh, they just need planks and metal. But we want to unlock a lot of things that use science. So I think we should just get it over here. Build a connect, yeah, right there. Sounds stupid, but build staircase over there. Why is this paused? I didn't. How big is the... Let's slow the clock down. This is 2 blocks, 3 blocks. So 1, 2, 3. And yeah. So they are working over here. When we are using... Yeah, that would already... Yeah, this is going to be tricky. They are working over there, but that is all lower priority stuff. And let's open up these so we can actually get some fresh water back in here. And raise this up fully again. We have cut down most of the trees that are available. Did I mark those for cutting? Yes, I did. So we have finished these. Our science is still stuck at about 715. And I don't think it is worth it to build just a couple inventor huts just to get enough science for the observatory. Because with the observatory we can just get so much more ready. Our storage of planks is full. But we are going to need so much more planks in the future, so might as well just build 2 more. And reorientate our path. And we can also reorientate the path over here. Because that would be enough to actually get... Yes. 1, 2. And then at least 1 more gear factory and another plank, I think. Yeah. Because we also need planks for the wood workshop. We need planks. We don't need planks for the paper mill. We do need planks for the printing press if we are going to use bots which use the stamp things. This can be set at a height. Yeah. That's fine. This is all growing. We are now... should prioritize these with haulers. Don't have a lot of available jobs. We have a lot of haulers that are hauling everything around. So things aren't looking too bad. They are working over here to get this done a bit quicker. Maybe we should give them a small pile with planks set as obtained and make this the highest priority stuff. To get them to build that. But let's see if we can actually finish this before a drought or bad tide happens, so we can actually see if this will work. We are collecting pine resin, so we should have enough. Yeah, we only need 10 pine resin for the observatory, but we are still 260 signs away from that. Then we can remove these 3 inventor huts and place housing in here. And while we're busy, just also give them another campfire. And anything reasonable. There's just 50 science. That's fine now. You will all have cut down these trees so you can be paused, do something else. Run around, build something. I don't care what you do, but just do something. So this is working fine. We have enough materials to actually build a couple more medium tanks. Let's place them over here. And once we have enough science and materials to make the large tanks, 600 science is a lot. It also takes a lot of steel and a lot of gears, but it holds so much more water than... And it's just a 3x3 building instead of a 2x2, so very efficient. But those the next big thing we should get. We are give them those 16 hours work hours back. And see if we can get enough science today so we can actually build the observatory. That's our secondary big goal besides this. Because this still needs mostly logs, I think. Well, one of them only needs logs. The other stuff needs more. So our wood is it growing back in here? Not quite. Doesn't reach all the way around here. So maybe we should get another forester like over here. They could plant a lot of trees over there on this flat end. But for that we are dependent on also bad water detergent over here. We could do that. We could build the contamination barrier using 1 metal block and 5 planks. We could just build them like all around here, which would be, I think, a really interesting or a smart thing to do for us, so we can get more trees growing here and also like extend our farm. We have a connection over here, we can farm there, so might as well just get this filled with sunflowers. We don't need to fill in our red little water bucket. Get some more carrots in here. Potatoes, we are just not cutting them down fast enough. So we could also just add, as we have a drought approaching, that's not the worst thing. We could also just have another farmhouse here. which it would cost us only one little. Yeah, let this sunflower grow, we can harvest it, and then we can add another efficient farmhouse. That's just focusing mostly on crops over, yeah, to cut down more crops. As we are almost, we are 62 signs away from building the observatory. This is done, so let's see if it would flood the entire system. Oh, does it flood? Does it flood? It doesn't seem like it. Oh, it's going to flood. No, it's not. Yes, it does. It does flood. It's going to flood over here. That's not the best thing. But are there ways to actually... Maybe if we do this. Maybe that would work. Well, we are only going to find out the moment we finish this and get a bad tide, but that I don't think that would be in this episode. The end of the episode is seeing how long this drought will actually be, and hopefully we will survive. Let's give them an 18-hour workday, just a little bit more. We have built a couple more water tanks. This is still ready to be built, so we can just go ahead and do that. 2 signs away, and 1000 signs we can unlock our observatory. Yes, let's place it all the way over here. We get some space to build. Oh, autosave. More stuff. This is the highest priority. And so when this is built, we can remove these 3 inventor huts, place more housing in there. And yeah, we can find out whether or not we will survive the next bad tide. So let's do the closing stuff. I hope you have liked this episode. I really enjoy making these episodes. We can, oh, while they can just pump. This is fully up there. This is not quite fully up there. Yeah, I hope, well, let's just raise it all up. I hope that you have enjoyed this episode. I really enjoyed making this episode, as we have a 17-day drought. We should be able to survive that. But if you really enjoyed this, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I make these videos a lot. We also have another series which will be starting back up next week, our Iron Teeth series. So that will be flip-flopping, one day one episode, the other day the next. And I hope, yeah, you should also hit that bell notification so you get an update when I upload the next episode. And most importantly, I hope you have a very good rest of your day. See you. Goodbye. Have a great day.